Well, glad to have you back. This morning we have a guest in the house who's going to be helping us with a review of the papers this morning. I'm talking about Comrade Nonso Orakwe, a public affairs analyst. Good to have you in the studios, Nonso.
Thank you very much.
It's been a while. I saw you this morning. I was asking, how are you doing?
Actually, I'm good. It's been a while. I've been also longing to be
trying
here
to make the money.
Day, making the money. It's part of it.
Yeah, it's part of it. Let's quickly move on to stories making the headlines on our ABS website.
Anambra government organizes business incubation training for 200 entrepreneurs in Oka. Obiano calls on Anambra living in Abuja to heed Akuluo call, commends ABS management for opening Abuja Bureau. Democracy Day, federal government declares Wednesday public holiday. JAB releases more UTME results. Anambra State government confirms Okbala as new state health commissioner. All right, those are the stories on the ABS website this morning, and I think we should start with the very first one.
Let's breeze through. Anambra government organizes business incubation training for 200 entrepreneurs in Oka.
It's something, it's apt. It's something to commend the state government for trying to expand the ideas and mindset of our young people or the people of Anambra State to engage business, since we are known for business and all of that. So I believe it will go a long way to, re-engineer the business mindsets of our people. But having said that, I want to also talk about my watchword always is sustainability. Mm-hmm. I so much love sustainability in the civil society organization, on the civil society world. Sustainability, you cannot erase it. You can't replace it with anything. So sustainability is what I can talk more of on that very training. That let them checkmate, a kind of monitoring what is done towards this period. Let there be time frame to checkmate those trainees. Yes, after the training, check up, follow up. What happens after 6 months? What happens after 1 year?
Topic for another day. Let's quickly move on. Obiano calls on the Anambra living in Abuja to heed a Kuluno call, commends ABS management for opening Abuja Bureau. Of course, you know what in Abuja now. You know that, right?
Yep.
The governor was there a few days ago, and he went to see it himself.
I think on that, I want to give kudos to the management of ABS, in the person of Chief Uche Nwora. I think he has what it takes to manage this firm. Having said that, I want to talk about capacity to handle affairs of the people. I think he has it when it comes to technologies and all of that. So for the period that he has stayed in the office, we've seen a lot of changes. Mm-hmm. ABS really took a drastic change that spurred people to begin to think, is ABS now on national television and stuff like that. I must be frank with you. I must mention this. There was a program I had here sometime, and after the program, one of my friends in, I think US or London, called me and said, I just listened to you on ABS, on radio.
Okay.
I never knew it has gone to that level until he called me and said I had your voice.
Let's quickly move on to the very first papers this morning. Time is not our friend. Daily Sun. Stories making the headlines. Big one, Lawan versus Ndume, the 0R. Well, writers there, court orders open ballot as APC governors direct lawmakers to support Lawan for Senate President, Bajabiamila for speakership. PDP lawmakers boast of having deciding votes. Well, on top of that, 10 die of generator fumes in Imo. Down there, Atiku versus Buhari. Garuba replaces Bukachua as tribunal's chairman. Insecurity. I'm satisfied with performance of security agencies. That's coming from the President Buhari. Signs June 12 bill into law. Italy to repatriate Nigerian stolen funds. Well, quickly, let's go to the big story. Lawan versus Ndume, the 0R. Court orders open ballot as APC governor direct lawmakers to support Lawan for Senate President and Gbajabiamila for speakership?
Well, it's been ringing all this while. You know, it's always a tough scenario in Nigeria when it gets to do with electing the national leader when it comes to legislation. I want to say that whether APC or PDP, they should allow the members to elect their leaders. So when you begin to hear voices from outside, you see, the leadership we are talking about is not all about political party. It's not about personal interest. It is about citizens. Until we begin to see the citizens, we can never get it right. So I want to say that whether Ndume or Lawan, the most important thing is for the National Assembly members to elect capable leaders that can take Nigeria to the next level, as they say.
Quickly, let's look at this story down here. Italy to repatriate Nigeria's stolen funds. How long? I mean, recently we just heard about the new one, Abacha stolen funds again. What is really happening with people carrying the funds out? And these funds, when they get back to the country, what do we even really see them use these funds?
That is what we've been saying over and over. Impunity. Impunity when the head is corrupt. I wonder what will happen to the tail. So what I'm trying to say is this. You remember when over years we've been seeing funds from Abacha's custody. Sure. Even when he is dead, we kept seeing what's it called? Funds. Billions of dollars, trillions of dollars coming out from Abacha. Who hid it? Now, bringing the money and making use of it is another problem. So what I'm trying to say is this. I think our leaders is our problem. The leaders is our problem. Because when you look at the leader and the leader is going astray, the followers will say, since the leader did it,
we can do it.
We can do it.
All right, let's move over to the next paper, the Daily Times. The big story there, NAS leadership, Lawan Gbajabiamila, no fate today. APC, NWC adopts Omo Agege Wase as deputy. Security fighting at National Assembly. Up there we have what federal government must do to achieve double-digit growth by S. Amcon Board. Says government should explore opportunities in taxation. Justice Garba replaces Bolkachua as Presidential Election Tribunal. Will no longer reorganize results of the under duress. Buhari signs bill making June 12 national holiday. MBC AIT resolves impasse following MPO's mediation. All right, and that picture there, we'll see President Muhammadu Buhari, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, and APC National Chairman Adam Shimoli. They are exchanging pleasantries there at the National Assembly campus in Abuja. All right, let's look at this story. We no longer reorganize results obtained under duress. This is coming from the Independent Electoral Commission.
Is it part of the law? Why is it coming up now?
You understand? I think it's better you ask the question. You see, after mistake, you begin to regret what happened. And nobody will tell us that what happened was not very open. It was very clear that this is exactly the wish was against the minds of of Nigerians. So, but what we are trying to say is this: if they realize that now, the better. The earlier, the better. If they realize that they cannot tolerate such illegalities and stuff like that in electoral processes, it is better. So it's good it's coming from them that they can no longer tolerate such acts. So what I'm trying to say is this: if INEC should sit up now, then the electorates will also sit up.
All right, let's talk about generator fumes that killed about 10 guests. We saw it in the other paper, about 10 guests in a wedding at Imo State.
It's carelessness. It's carelessness, and I think there are some agencies that regulate such generator emissions and all of that. I think NESRA is part of it, and some other environmental agencies.
When you talk about carelessness, do you think lack of sensitization also did not play a kind of role in it? Because when you say carelessness, it could be that you know this is harmful on you, when most of them may not even be aware that they should probably not put a gen inside of the house.
The point is this. We, over and over, we've had. There are things you don't need somebody to even teach you.
How many people had?
And now, in a room where there is smoke, if you are there for 2 minutes, you will notice that your health is not really coping again.
Yes.
So what I'm trying to say is this. Carelessness, and secondly, sensitization could be part of it, but something that is so harmful to you that it doesn't take time to harm you, you need sensitization on it.
All right.
So people,
they're actually sleeping when the thing happened.
that's it. In a wedding.
We've not really read the story, but
Okay.
you can always get the full story there. Let's quickly move on to the next paper. Time is not our friend. The Nation newspaper stories making the headlines. The big one, the new standing rules 2015 court orders senators legal backing for open ballots. Down there, Lagos police parade 202 suspected cultists in Ikorodu. $4.7 billion capital boost coming from discos shareholders, investors to raise cash. Tomorrow is holiday as Buhari signs June 12 bill. JAMB releases 15,490 UTME results. Obas criticized Olubadan over festival. Justice Garba replaces Bukachowa Wando to hold AGM despite sex order. Super Eagles hold first training in Egypt. Let's quickly look at this one. JAMB releases 15,490 UTM results.
On JAMB, or I wanted to talk about that court.
Yeah, okay, let's quickly talk about the JAMB, then we'll quickly come back to
the JAMB releasing results.
More results
from the one they
because
released
people
before.
were always complaining they couldn't see when they try to check, they don't get their results.
Okay, I think it's a good one, but I want to recommend to JAMB to I think before now, during my time, we don't have this issue of releasing results batch by batch.
It comes out one.
It comes out one, unless
Malpractices.
you have an issue. That's when you have a personal problem with. So if there is malpractice, who engineers, who are the architect of the malpractices?
So what are you recommending?
So what I'm recommending now is WAEC should tighten up their security devices when it comes to examination, and also look into their staff.
All right, quickly
Because
talk about.
and okay no.
Lagos police parade 202 suspected cultists in Ikorodu. Great one for the Lagos police.
Yes, good. I want to commend them. This is talk of the town now. You know, everywhere is courts. It's no longer school courts now. School, I think students have retired from courtesan. I'm telling you, we hear courtesan from the villagers, the small boys of 13, 14, 15, 16 years. You know, I was just watching closely what happened in Imoka a few days back. In fact, I followed it up from the day they started to yesterday, day before yesterday, when they closed. It's really crazy. So if you see young people, someone will be acting. You don't know what is acting in him. Do you understand? So what I'm trying to say is this. I want to give kudos to the Lagos State Police, and also I want to kind of request that Anambra State Police should also get up to trash this issue of cultism in Anambra State too.
All right, quickly. Daily Independent stories making the headlines.
Vote buying trails National Assembly leadership election. Odds favor Lawan for Senate President. I'm in the race to win in Dume. Ali Makem Yigaya Kalo Omo Agege fights for deputy. APC adopts Omo Agege as deputy Senate President. Ndume Bago Kalo Gayash showed APC governors. NWC meeting. Party may block nomination of contestant disloyal members. SEC suspends Oando's AGM. June 12, Buhari assents the public holiday amendment bill. We've seen the story of the generator fume. Italy offers to help Nigeria recover stolen Ford. Then Buhari alleges involvement of traditional rulers in bandit attack. MBC AIT Ray Power resolve differences. June 12, Abacha Spirit celebrates Abiola Yinka Odumakis. This is coming from him. JAM releasing 15,000 UTME withheld results. Over now to the next paper.
Yes, let's quickly take the Punch newspaper as we round up. A big one, 9th National Assembly, PDP backs and Dume, Bankowers, APC insist on Lawan, Gbajabia Miller. On top of that, FG Discos need $4.3 billion to improve power supply. It's coming from TCN. Garuba replaces Bukachua. Tribunal hears 16 applications on Atiku petitions today. Nigeria Press Organization settles AIT. NBC field. Debt servicing gulps over 50% of Nigeria's revenue. That's coming from AFDP. Democracy Day, federal government declares June 12 holiday. Violence erupts in Lagos after Pillars Rangers and PFL clash. 7 feared dead as cultists cause mayhem in Lagos communities. Malpractices, JAM releases fresh 15,490 results, cancels 321. Cops chased kidnappers who targeted my convoy. That's coming from Akere Dolu. Well, let's quickly look at this. Debt servicing groups over 50% of Nigeria revenue, AFDB.
Come again.
Debts, that's debt servicing. To service debt groups over 50% of Nigeria's revenue.
Well, I think our finance minister and those who are in the jurisdiction of handling funds in Nigeria should look into our economy. You see, our economy is so bad that a common man cannot thrive in the society. So if our debt is so high that it affects our revenues and all of that, I think it's high time we'll have capable people, ministers, capable economic team that can make our economy very strong. Then, having said that, I want to talk about vote buying in the National Assembly. The vote buying in the National Assembly is something that we need to also talk about in Nigeria. If our leaders should engage in vote buying, even at the national level, I wonder what will happen when there will be national elections and all of that. So, if that is really going on in the National Assembly, is a serious issue. Is a concern that Nigerians should speak up, even when they have elected their leader and all of that. We should talk about it, and when we are dealing with it, we deal with it squarely. That right. If our leaders should do vote buying and they are looking at a common man that will do vote buying to go to jail, then we will stone them to death.
All right, if we allow you your non-so Imana, you would move up to 12 o'clock today.
Thank you so much for joining us for the press review this morning.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here, and I'll be glad to be coming. Thanks to MD Uchenwara, who always give us this privilege to be here. And thank you, Prince and Chidima.
All right, thank you again, Comrade Nonso Ora, a public affairs analyst. And that's it on the press review. But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with all the issues we have. Good morning.